All right, so we're recording now. So yeah, man, like I was saying, the movie goes so fast, like you don't even feel it for 4 hours.
Nah,
And
man, it's just like you want to keep on going and going to see every scene, every shot there was, and
exactly,
also you can only imagine that the entire shot looks so damn epic. Like the CGI looks so cleaner than 2017.
dude, that's something I wanted to talk about because I know you finally got the screener, right? When you got it,
Yeah.
when did you guys get the screener? Because it was a delay, right? Like what happened with all that?
Well, it was some kind of like the Microsoft got crashed during 5 o'clock in my time zone. They apologized, but the Microsoft, servers got crashed. So they just gave it to us to like possibly at 11 o'clock or late.
Yeah. I mean, can I switch this right here? There you go. All right. So yeah, so that's something I was waiting on because I noticed when we got the screener, you know, even though I was very happy that I got that screen, for so early, I wasn't really expecting to watch the movie way before everyone else. But I realized the movie wasn't really um didn't look as good. It was like it was maybe like 1080p or it wasn't as HD. I know it was a screener, and I think when it came to that screener, I believe some CGI wasn't even like done because when you see the movie now, we know this because we got the screener and now we got the movie 4K on HBO Max. I at least I noticed that it looks so much better now. Now that
Yeah.
it's finally out on HBO Max. Like Steppenwolf looks insane.
Yeah.
Like
His CGI looks so damn amazing. It's like you can see the entire detail look very crispy there.
yeah,
And
yeah.
plus, you
And,
can notice the purple color there in his suit.
yeah, exactly. And on top of that, the sound on the screener wasn't really that good either. I don't know if you had any problems with when you had got the advanced screening, but the sound was just I don't know, it was just a little off. It was just like I guess too much bass. You couldn't really hear the music clearly. But now that we have like the real movie on HBO Max, like everything looks clean and everything sounds really, really like the sound of this movie is insane. It's crazy.
Uh, it is, man. It's like damn amazingly great. And I mean, Junkie XL's score, okay. I really like how he did to Wonder Woman, Superman's, and Batman's theme. It's like those are the main, amazing themes what he did for every character, including the Flash. Like the Flash has this, cosmic, his Speed Force theme of entering the Speed Force. It's like, whoa, it feels like advanced space odyssey.
And it's wild because it took him what less than a year, of course, to make a 4 hour score because he said it. He confirmed that even though he has some music, some scores from 2017, he erased all that. He
No,
said
he just kept
he
it.
started from scratch.
Yeah,
So
he did.
he made a 4 hour score in less than a year. Like holy shit, that's just insane to me.
If you ask me, it's because Junkie XL is a masterpiece, is a master of making great epic themes. Like for example, Alita, Mad Max,
Mad
and
Max,
Sonic.
dude. Yeah, yes. I mean, Mad Max alone. That's when I think, believe it or not, Mad Max. I think was the beginning of me getting to know Junkie XL. Now, like that was one of those first movies that I went to see in theaters, and that's the soundtrack, the score. It's what really made that movie so much better. And that's when I was like, who the hell made the music for this movie? And that's when I you know got to know who really Junkie XL is. But on top of that, it's crazy because not long ago, even though Man of Steel is one of my favorite movies, we I don't know if we all learned. At least I learned not long ago that he helped with that score, and I had no idea because I really thought that was only Hans Zimmer, but I guess he did work with they worked together with Man of Steel on top of that, and then they went on into Batman v Superman after that.
Listening to Junkie XL's, music, it's like that there is a major epic theme of each iconic characters, iconic scenes that happen. Like, okay, like you say about Junkie XL's Mad Max. Okay, the best part was the time where the kings, men are all going to get the women, and the guitar scene. That's like,
Yeah.
goddamn gorgeous. And plus Alita, the motorball song, that's the
Oh,
good one.
yes, I love Alita so much. That's another movie that is so underrated. Um, that because that movie didn't really make that much money, right, at the box office. It was
Well,
what,
made
like
400
400
somewhere.
million. All right. I guess it made. I thought it only made like 200, but 400. I mean, it's a movie that it should have made. Could have had. It should have made more because it's actually a great movie. But I think it's just people. The audience that we have, especially in America and all that. Like it's a very weird audience to try to bring in when it comes to something new. They're kind of, I don't know, for some reason they're like, the audience is weird because they cry and they want to trash about remakes, but they're always supporting remakes and all that stuff. And then when they make something original, they don't support it at all. So how can you talk crap about something, remakes, but then you're asking for something original? Hollywood, they make original stuff a lot of times, and but nobody goes and supports that. You know,
Yeah, it's like kind of like how Superman Returns versus Man of Steel way. Like,
yeah.
okay, when that Superman Returns was a reboot of to the Christopher Reeves
And
universe.
it was kind of a sequel too, because I believe they even confirmed that like that movie is supposed to take place after Superman 2 or something like that. Like they were trying to kind of make that canon too. That's why it had the same like score and all that stuff. And then, like you said, yeah, they go and cry about that because they want something different, they want something modern, they want something new for Superman. Here comes Zack Snyder, makes Man of Steel, and then they want to also trash them. Like, so what do you want? It's like they don't know what they want when it comes to Superman, and I really feel that they don't really know the character. That's the thing. They don't know what they want with Superman because they don't really know him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they think that they think the Tyler Hecklin version is the good one because just because he wears the underwear and he does this daddy joke stuff is like
But
what they
then, yeah,
wanted.
it's crazy that you bring that up because the apparently the director that made like the first two episodes, he's a huge fan of Man of Steel, and that's why at least those first two episodes, I haven't seen it, I only seen pictures, but they look very similar to Man of Steel because apparently he is a huge Man of Steel fan.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know he did because you can clearly see some references of Man of Steel theme, and
Which
also
don't
how.
which don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm glad he did that because just from pictures that I seen, it looks beautiful. Some of those things really really look good, but I don't want to bring that whole subject of what happened. With the whole racism and all that stuff, and that's the reason. One of the main reasons why I'm not kind of support that show is because of a lot of horrible stuff that happened, behind the scenes, and then you still have Jeff Johns still moving
Yeah,
around, So yeah, I'm good. I'm not gonna support that,
yeah, same. It's just that we
Which
all
I feel
know.
I feel bad, because I know they're actors, that's their jobs, but I can't support something that I know is something bad that happened,
Yeah,
behind
I
the scenes.
mean, I really feel pity for Tyler Hecklin being the nostalgia version because it's like everyone's using Tyler Hecklin. It's like saying he's my favorite because he's nostalgia Superman, and also like you say about what happened behind the scenes. Like Jeff Johns still reeks around, and we all know he is not a good person in real life.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not a bad actor, but he's not a Clark Kent type. He's not a Superman type. He don't look like Superman to me at all. It was just a very miscast. That doesn't mean that I'm hating on the actor, because I'm not. He's actually a good actor. If anything, he could have been a Bruce Wayne. He would have probably been a way better Bruce Wayne than Clark Kent. It
He
was
could
just
have
a
been a
very I'm
Could have
sorry.
been like a 30. He could have been like a 30-year-old Bruce Wayne that version.
Yeah, it was just a weird casting, in my opinion. And that's why I was never really into that. So yeah. Anyways, let's just jump into Zack Snyder. I mean, what do you think about the whole movie?
Okay, when we get to all the 7 parts of the film, it's amazingly how the opening is like how BVS did. Like you had the entire opening of the last time you see Clark Kent alive, but the last moment when he was alive, it awakened ancient evil. It awakened the mother boxes, each by one, the nearest of them all. First, it was Cyborg, then the Atlantis, and then the Mascara, like all in order.
And the connection is so beautiful. Just you going straight from Batman v Superman to this movie. I mean, I believe Zach just confirmed yesterday that it's only been about a month since Superman
Died?
died. Yeah, right. Did he confirm that? I believe that's what I read somewhere. It haven't been that long because this movie goes straight from he said maybe a month or two the most. It's not haven't been a long time, but it's just a lot of stuff that is happening so fast because, like you said, the moment Superman died, his scream, the waves, uh, you know, woke up the mother boxes. So that's why everything is starting right away.
Yeah, not to mention all the boxes are the ancient evils already awakening, and soon Darkseid is coming soon without the mother box. He wants something more than the
Well,
mother.
that's the thing. That was the plan. I mean, we're gonna go full spoilers. So whenever I post this video on YouTube, I hope everybody knows. I'm gonna put that on the description. And yeah, we can also talk about that. So pretty much the plan of Darkseid was all about the mother boxes, especially using Steppenwolf for that.
Yeah,
But there was a lost world that the anti-life was in. Little did they know it was Earth this whole time, and that's where it's at. So when they find all that stuff out in this movie, that's when Darkseid just said, you know, fuck it. The mother boxes are broken now anyway. So it's time. Now that I know where the anti-life is at, now I know what I need to do, and that's where the sequels are gonna come in. We don't know this is gonna happen. Listen, this is gonna get announced. There's no way.
yeah, pretty
There's
pretty
no way.
soon, dude.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get like, okay, not only sequels to Justice League, but apparently other things, like for example, Man
Spin-offs.
of Steel 2, Batfleck, The Martian and Manhunter, maybe the Green Lantern Corps, but I don't know because since WB told him not to use John Stewart, but we all know we're gonna get. We all know that film managed to be a hit on Thursday 2 a.m. And also,
It broke the app. Apparently, I mean, I was sleeping. It was gonna be like 3 a.m. over here, so it was just gonna be too late for me.
yeah, and also, it's interesting about one thing about the film. It's interesting how nobody even realizes that if you want another Henry Cavill Superman film, the the, the equation is in the Snyder cut. It's
Exactly.
inside the Snyder cut.
Exactly.
The
It's like
equation
I
there.
get it. Like, don't get me wrong. I want a solo Superman movie, which they probably could make something in between uh, Justice League and Justice League 2. If they want to put something in the middle, maybe they should get stuck with that and make a story about how he goes back to the red and blue suit between that time. So maybe by then, once we get on Justice League 2, we already see him in the blue and red. It can do something about that, because I mean the movie ends and he still has the black suit in Justice League. So you know this stuff they can do. Like, I don't understand. This is why we get mad. We all know that Zack had a blueprint. He had a map since 2015. He had all this story for WB, meaning his universe was a 5-story arc, but at the same time, there was spin-offs that he was creating for WB to do between that. So why, like, what is WB actually doing now? Like, I don't understand why they don't want to continue this when they don't really have any plans right now when it comes to
Don't
the
don't ask me, man. It's just I know that Toby and Walter are a bunch of clowns who don't know what to do with it. Like for
they
example,
really don't.
the Iron Man, like that's like who is this guy? And
Yeah,
plus,
like again, I don't want to hate on the Peacemaker, but it's like who asked for this, you know? And don't get me wrong, I love John Cena. He's a funny actor, but it's like who asked for these characters? Who asked for these movies or shows when it's like every time we ask for something and we get loud and they know we've been asking for a Batfleck for a Batfleck series with versus Destro.
yeah,
We be asking for the death of Robin with Ben Affleck. They go and announce Peacemaker. Like what?
when we heard about Batfleck and Joker's, conservation, that's like, oh my god, I really want to know how did it happen? Like, how did how did Robin died? And also, I wish Snyder did had Margaret Robbie plays Harley Quinn. Like to see of her death scene. How she died too.
So yeah, that's the thing. How did she die? Because we don't know that, right?
No, it's like we just know she's dead already.
I mean, we know how Aquaman dies. We've seen the lot of clip. So,
Yep,
I mean, you caught all that, right? When the Mother Box, that's the scene where Cyborg is trying to help to bring Superman back. That whole scene is wild because you get to see another Green Lantern on that scene. I don't know if you
I
pay
noticed, dude.
attention to that.
I noticed it, dude. Like there was a dead body of one of the famous non-human Green Lanterns was there.
That's why am I forgetting his name right now? It's a Kilowog,
I think it's Kilowog, something like that.
right? Let me can't believe I mean I know the name, but I just want to make sure I'm saying that right. Yeah, it's Kilowog.
I mean, we all seen his corpse being rotting with the all the fallen heroes along with dead an evil Superman there.
Kilowog. That's his name. Yeah.
And it's interesting when we knows about when Lois woke up and she was at some places that near to the resurrection Superman. I swear, noticing that the pregnancy test says 99% accurate. You know what that the 99%, dude? Okay, what does that remind you of the 99 versus 1% of Batman and Lois thing?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. I mean, it's obvious she's pregnant,
Yes.
and if you pay attention to, I don't know, you pay attention to the end when Bruce Wayne buys the house back from he buys the house because he bought the bank. You notice what she was carrying, right? When she was walking inside the house.
Some kind of like baby care stuff.
Yeah. That's it's crazy because all the hints are there, but Zack, he's not gonna baby feed you all that. You have to pay attention. That's because that's what movie making is. You're supposed to pay attention to stuff.
And what about the line, Bruce said, "Congratulations." He said that.
Exactly. And it's like, I mean, if people didn't cut that, then I don't know what the hell.
I'm pretty sure that's part of the equation of those, the all God shirt thing. Remember
and it makes more sense because if Lois is the key and she dies and Superman goes wild, he has a reason why, because she's pregnant now on top of that, so it just makes the whole situation worse.
Or possibly Darkseid wants her dead because it has Superman's DNA and has Lois's life equation. It can kill him, and also once it gets to age 18 years old, it can destroy Darkseid or evil Superman, his own father.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, dude. I'm pretty sure that somehow Mr. Snyder wants to do remember in 2015 where the convergence happened and Lois was pregnant and she was about to go labor, and then the birth of Jonathan Kent II comes in?
Yeah.
I possibly think you might go with that kind of way if the future does change, or somehow some kind, or Lois is an oracle who's seen the real future, but not somebody's manipulating him. Not
It's
manipulating
a lot, and it's a
badly.
lot. There's a lot to talk about. I mean, it's a 4 hour movie, and I believe we still haven't caught everything. I don't know what Zach was talking about the other day. I think just yesterday, he said something about the end of the movie to really pay attention to that frame, where Martian Manhunter is flying away because there's stuff happening in the background. I think he was talking about probably the base for the Justice League that it was being made, because you kind of see something in the background, like on the right side.
I
So
see what you mean.
yeah, again, of course, I'm gonna, this is just gonna have to keep watching it and really, 100% put your eyes on the movie. And
Also, have you noticed how Wonder Woman's death, where the Amazons were all seeing her funeral, but did you know Darkseid is there representing Amazons? Your protector is already gone and dead, and there's nobody to protect you.
yeah, because it's like she's dead and they're just flying away. Then that's the same scene that you see. You see everything that we were just talking about. You see Kilowog on the floor, dead. You see Darkseid killing Aquaman on the water. That scene just it's wild. It's one of those things that just comes out of nowhere, and you're like, "Whoa, hold on, too much. This is too much going on right now."
I think was real nice, dude. We had an anime, series or live action series of it, like a mini series, like a 5-part episode of the Nightmare series. Nightmare.
I don't know, because I mean, animation could work. I won't mind, but we all know Zack wants to make more. We all know this, and I believe he also be teasing that Justice League 2 will be full nightmare. I mean, I don't know how how he will do all that, because when he says that, it's like, is the movie gonna start like in the nightmare world, or that's where we end up somehow? The movie probably will start in regular time, I'm guessing, and maybe some years passes during the movie, and then how the nightmare starts and all that stuff. If anything, Justice League 2 will probably start in a wild, wild way. Probably people dying, Lois Lane dying right away. That's probably how we just go end up in the nightmare world. Again, it's knock on wood. Just it's a waiting game now. This movie's a huge hit, and now we're just waiting from the studio to say something.
I hope Jason Killer sees this potential, like he's like,
oh, he's seeing it.
I hope he he announced it like a good like a good time for it, like not to use against Ben, not to go against like Ray or anything. He'd be like, nope, I'm gonna do like 2 days or 3 after this situation with Ray, but more about him like doing it like at a good timing, not a bashing way.
And that's another thing with the studio, which is not making any sense to me. What's the point of announcing the multiverse? We all know DC has a multiverse, but what's the point announcing that with movies, with the movie universe and all that, and not let Zack finish his story? If you just announce, they literally just announced the multiverse back in August, and during DC fandom. What's the point of announcing all this, and then you don't want to let Zack finish? It makes no sense to me, because by you announcing the multiverse, now you got room to do whatever, to let every director, every filmmaker do whatever they want to do. There should not be a problem with uh, not letting Zack use Jon Stewart, which I don't know why that was a problem. Zack wanted to use him for his universe, or I don't know which movie he's supposed to use him on. I don't know if it was in Justice League 1 or 2 or 3, but why are you gonna stop him from doing that if you have a multiverse now?
Oh man,
It doesn't make any sense to me. It's not adding up.
man, it doesn't make any sense when you have WB being the dumb boss. It's like, okay, it's like they say that it's a multiverse, and then saying that Snyder Cut isn't canon. But I'm like this, like nobody in the director's chair thinks the Joss Whedon cut is canon to anywhere. It's just like saying that version doesn't exist in my movie.
It does so make it, Justice League, the movie that came out back in 2017, is not connected to anything. That movie
It is not.
makes no sense at all to me. You watch Zack Snyder's Justice League, and now I feel like you can appreciate Aquaman even more because this movie feels way more connected to Aquaman now than what it did before.
It really does, man. Like it really connects to Aquaman film instead of the way how they just denying it. Like we did not hear about him say in the Joss Whedon version that he says doesn't say I'm going to my dad. He just swims around the place.
Oh my god, that whole ending in the 2017 movie, that whole ending is such a mess, such a mess. I mean, you still got Victor Stone's father alive, or we don't know he's supposed to die. uh, that that movie's just a mess. I mean, again, it was funny because I had my nephews and niece, to come over for them to watch the movie. They never got to see the 2017 version because I introduced them into Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. Even though that movie was out, I was like, no, you're not gonna watch that because I believe that Zack Snyder Justice League is gonna come out sooner or later. So we wait for that. And they loved the movie, man. Like you're talking about kids, you're talking about what I'm trying to get. What I'm trying to get at with this is how WB thinks they know everybody. Little kids are loving this movie. They're loving
They
they're,
are.
they're loving this 4 hour movie that they thought is too much for little kids. No, they're loving it. It's crazy because I started playing it, on my second viewing yesterday, and they were playing on their Switch, on their Nintendo. They stopped playing. They put it down and they started watching the movie all over again with me. And I'm like, okay, you guys want to watch it again? I'm not making you. I know it's really good. I want to see it again. I'm like, okay, there you go. It's wild. Uh, and then on top of that, once that movie ended, I click play for them to see Justice League the 2017 versions for some scenes so they can, see what happened. And they started laughing. They started dying laughing. That they made me laugh, and I'm like, it's really bad. And they're like, what is this? They ripped that whole movie apart. Like, what am I watching? Like, what? And it's crazy because the scenes you can really tell now. You can really tell how horrible that 2017 version is. I don't know
Yeah.
if you try going back now.
No, I don't.
Dude,
It's
it's crazy. It just got worse. It just got worse. And
yeah, really.
after all that, you still have WB saying that that's canon. Like what?
It's not in canon at all. I mean, didn't Mr. David Sandberg said that film isn't canon, and so did Patty Jenkins too. And then James Wan showed that okay, that Snyder's cut version of Justice League is canon because you have Mara said you killed Steppenwolf, and also Aquaman is meeting his dad on his way at the truck, and Jason Momoa confirmed it.
I mean, you got Volko and all that.
Yeah.
In Zack Snyder Justice League, you got them talking about
Orm.
Orm. You got them talking about the mom and all that. The queen. Like it's crazy because this movie is gonna make me really love Aquaman more. If anything, now I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm literally. I'm planning to watch Aquaman, this weekend because I really want to see it now. It's insane that WB didn't caught on that the first time. You know, what Zack Snyder was doing, he was gonna have a real universe. And what they're doing now, they're just throwing stuff on the wall to see what sticks. They don't know what the they don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, it's
It's like you think it's like everything needs to be pure PG-13, but reality, apparently, I don't think all kids are gonna like, not gonna aren't
my
noticing it's
nephew,
rated R.
my nephew was loving it when Steppenwolf was just ripping people in half. Like, he was going crazy. And again, he brought me back. The way he was reacting to the movie, how I was, in the '90s. Watching Predator, watching, Terminator, watching Aliens. You come on, it, kids like that stuff. Like, again, this don't have to be, doesn't have to be crazy violent, of course.
No,
But
I can't.
the movie wasn't really rated R like that, to be honest.
Yeah, it didn't feel like an R-rated film at all. It felt like
The blood is not really there like that. You see some blood here and there, but it's not crazy.
yeah, it's just not that very gory. It's just like they're just they just all got cut and they're all bleeding already. But also the peach. I mean, we all grew up, like you said, the '90s stuff that defy our childhood films, or just films
90s
that
movies,
were
movies
there.
from the '80s. We grew up with all that. It's like, what
Yeah,
happened? Like, it's like this agenda that studios have, and they want to make this new generation soft when nobody really wants to be like that. Like, go back to the good times. Go back to making, and go back to letting directors make their movies. Like, they need to stop doing this whole, like, I don't understand, like, why hire a director in the first place, and then you don't want them to make their movie. So why even bother?
like Birds
Call.
of Prey, dude.
Yeah, it's like, why even bother? Be like, oh yeah, let me call. Yeah, do you want to make a movie? Yeah, sure. And then be like, no, I don't want this. I don't want that. No, you can cut that out. Like, what's the point of all that? I don't understand.
Don't ask me, dude. It's just that the entire WB system is just broken as hell. Like they like
And I mean,
I
it's not
didn't.
it's not it's not just WWE to like, we gotta be honest too. Is every studio goes through a lot of crap like that. The We talk about the Warner Brothers because Warner Brothers is the main stories that come out, you know.
Mhm.
But if people knew, a lot of horrible stuff happens at Disney all the time,
Yeah,
behind on the studio, with some of the actors, with some of the actors, even even stuff that happens in the parks, but you don't see on the news because
they
they
covered up.
they cover it up. They pay people so they can stay quiet. That's the thing. That's the difference between this, you know. So that's why you don't hear none of that stuff. But again, you know, what can we do? And this is why we fight. This is why we fight. Because
Like
we
we're
know.
standing up for Ray, we're standing up for Snyder, and we're trying to restore the Snyderverse within. And also, we're all campaigning, to get rid of Walter and Toby. Like a good way for getting a good.
Somebody should, I'm sorry. It's like, I don't wish for nobody to get fired, because nobody should lose their job. But
Yeah,
at this point, with Zack Snyder Justice League, somebody needs to get fired. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm not wishing on nobody to get fired, but how the F were you keeping a movie this epic, as a, if anything, this is what, a 3-4 year old movie now, you know, in reality, because this movie should have been out, you know, back in 2017. But why in the world would you think that a DC Justice League movie in the scale of like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and all that, you don't want it to be released?
I mean, it's just like saying that they think the 2-hour version is gonna be good for kids and everyone, but reality, it is just really, really horrible for everybody to look at. And I mean,
I mean, they
nobody
could
wants
they could
nobody
have.
wants
Yeah, go
an
ahead.
ugly face of Henry Cavill, or a red face of Ben Affleck, or a boob joke on Wonder Woman, or a stereotype of gay man of Ezra Miller as the Flash, or a black guy being a stereotype too. It's like this is all BS for them to do this to
and and it's crazy because out of all this, we just learned that the Warner Brothers was the same thing with Peter Jackson when it came to Lord of the Rings. Like apparently, Lord of the Rings almost didn't happen because they were fighting him about stuff, and I guess they kind of play the whole thing, about leaking stuff to kind of push the studio to like be like, okay, just make it. We don't want you to release all this stuff now. Lord of the Rings is a huge hit. It's a movie that everybody knows. That was another movie that Warner Brothers was also fighting to not really be made the way it was. I don't understand. I never got the point of people talking about movies that are long, not making money. That's BS. Because look at Avatar, and now look at Endgame.
Titanic.
How Titanic. How long was Endgame again? Like 3.5.
I guess 3 hours, like 3 hours and 2 minutes.
All right. I mean, they could have what they should have done. They should have made the movie a little shorter for the theaters, and then when the movie came out on Blu-ray, talking about Justice League, when the movie came out on Blu-ray, have the 4-hour version in Blu-ray. I don't see, I'm pretty sure Zack would have done what they did with Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
cut it down and then have the ultimate version on Blu-ray. Again, they was, the only way to see all this is they really, really wanted to get rid of Zack. So I don't know why. I mean, when it comes to Zack Snyder, it's like they haven't learned from him. They still don't know what they have.
No. Oh, like kind of like the time when Toby Emmerich sold, Army of the Dead to Netflix. That's a perfect example.
Apparently, we just learned about that today, right?
Yeah, we did. It's like,
oh my god! So now Zack is making a whole universe, a whole franchise on Netflix for Army of the Dead, and Zack Snyder. While Zack Snyder is trending, it's crazy. It's insane. I mean, and that was in the beginning. When it came to Zack Snyder and Warner Brothers, because apparently 300 went through a lot to be made, and he only made that movie with like $60 million on a budget that small, and the movie made like 400 million.
It's interesting, dude. Remember how Shazam and Joker, got their films by studios? I mean, Joker didn't get by Toby or Walter get the money. You only get I think it was Todd Phillips got somebody else to get the money from, and then Toby and Walter gave 100 million, doubling its budget to Shazam. But look what happened in 2019. Shazam couldn't even get to 400 million versus Joker, $1 billion and won Oscars in adult awards.
And that's the thing we going back to Zack, he knows how to budget his money. He knows how to budget his movies. Look how beautiful Army of the Dead is looking. That's a $90 million movie. That might sound like a lot, but it's really not a lot when it comes to making, a big movie. It looks beautiful. He knows, and that's the thing with Zack. He knows how to color movies. He knows all that. He knows how to make a movie look good on a budget. It's insane that Warner Brothers don't want to move. It's not trying to move forward with him. I mean, I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, but I really do feel. I really feel like Zack is kind of hiding stuff.
Oh, he is hiding everything.
I really do feel like this deal that was made for this movie was more than that. I'm sorry. I really feel like there was more. There was more. I mean, the way I see it is like, the way you gotta see it is Zack Snyder added stuff to leave this movie more open.
Cliffhanger?
Yeah, exactly. He added more endings, but all the endings that he added, all of those different endings that this movie has, they are all open. So it's like, I don't, I don't want to get people's hopes up. But I really do believe that the deal was more. It was bigger than just making this one movie and just walking away.
I'm pretty sure, dude. Remember, there's a rumor about a Man of Steel sequel supposed to come in HBO Max. I hope that rumor is true because I would rather have Henry's Superman film not to be by WB in theaters, but more into, his if Henry's going to get his own producers and it's going to be creative freedom there at
Yeah.
HBO Max. I would rather have that place to put it there because reasons why. One, you can have more creativity. Two, without Toby and Walter's money stuff. And three, you need Snyder to help with the budget, man. Like, be the producer there. Like, not to do like how Shazam was over saturated with stupid with its own, way of being PG-13 way. And
You
how
see,
Birds of Prey was overcolored.
exactly. Like just imagine Ben Affleck making his movie or series with Zack Snyder producing,
Yeah.
or even Deborah Snyder producing. You, you, we all know that's just gonna be a crazy good story, and who knows what Ben made because we know he has a script just sitting
Yeah.
somewhere. Like all this is ready.
Especially Joe Manganiello's, Deathstroke too. I mean, it's
Yes.
like those. Okay, I really hope those films get an R-rated film or MA because we all know Deathstroke isn't PG-13 as he think he is.
At this point, I really won't mind if they just do all this, under HBO Max, which
Yeah.
I feel like they should. I mean, look what Zack Snyder did with Justice League. He made sure that this movie was literally released worldwide.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. They should be able to do that again with whatever else they're gonna make only for HBO Max.
And I swear, man, I'd rather have HBO Max be the reason why the Snyderverse exists and a sequel to Man of Steel, because
Exactly. They will let Zack do his thing. I really don't think Warner Brothers will ever let him do. They will always be on his back because they don't learn their lesson. That's the problem with whoever's the producer and whoever's running the show in Warner Brothers. I don't know who it is. I'm not gonna go ahead and talk about a whole studio as a whole because we don't think that. We don't. We're not saying Warner Brothers as a whole. We're just saying whoever's the producers and whoever just keep getting in the way when it comes to these decisions. They need to stop. They need to learn from this. They need to learn from their mistakes.
yeah, you're repeating the same mistake as 1980 as Superman 2 happened with Donner.
That's the thing with Superman, and that's why I think there's more happening behind the scenes because, like you said, when this movie was announced, who was the one that came out talking about Superman? It wasn't really Henry. It was his agent that came
Danny
out.
Garcia.
Exactly, it was Danny Garcia that came out saying that this is something more. She kind of was hinting at more. I don't know if that's the way you've seen it, but that's the way I seen it. I don't think it was just for Justice League. I think it was just the beginning of something bigger, something more.
Oh,
So
like something that's not gonna be with WB's, creative permissions, but more about, it's pure creativity.
I mean, if anything, what's happening right now, probably Henry's just trying to finish season 2 of The
The
Witcher,
Witcher.
and then he's just gonna be free to really jump back as Superman. They need to do the right thing and milk these actors while you can. These actors are only gonna get older, and all that. You don't wanna. Time can be your enemy too. So
It
stop
sure is.
stop playing around. Give all the money to Zack. With this whole thing going on right now, it's a hit. It's a huge hit. Just stuff selling out. Merchandise is selling out.
Getting sold out, like for example, the pops of Darkseid and Superman, they all got sold out, man.
Who's not to say that Zack probably only needs maybe like 400 or 500 million? I know that's a lot of money, but that's probably what he will probably need the most to do JL 2 and 3 back to back.
And
Just
possibly maybe another Superman film with it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just give him that, let him do that right away, so at least they can have that film while these actors are still looking good and all that. And that's it. Then you don't have nothing to worry about because they can film these movies just to film them, just to have the film. And then you can deal with the CGI and all that stuff after. But at least you already have all that in the can. You already have all that made.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy, crazy. So who was your favorite character in the movie?
Superman and Cyborg. I
All right.
mean, when we saw, Superman just block the, the axe not hitting Cyborg, that's like,
I'm
no,
not
no.
I'm not impressed.
That's like,
I lost
damn.
my shit, man. I was screaming. During the screener on Saturday. I was screaming. Um, I was like, I'm sorry, guys. I cannot hold it in. Like I was just screaming in a couple scenes when
I was like, holy shit, you just block shot the hell out of
and
Steppenwolf's
I was
axe.
not expecting to use his breath. I was not expecting that, and that was the first time that Zack Snyder did that way with Superman.
Mm-hmm.
The other scene that I lost my shit was the Flash when he goes back in time. Oh my god, that whole scene and when the music just kicked in, I'm like, this is it, because you gotta remember that was the first time I was listening to the music too, because we only heard like one or two score before then. And Cyborg, yeah, right now it's between the Flash and Cyborg. Like they're really, really, really.
Are great friends.
They like no when it came to my favorite characters in the movie, like they were so much different than from what we got before. Cyborg with his origin, man, that those scenes had me in tears. Like they hit, they hit like they hit you hard. The whole
It hit
thing
me
was,
hard. The only thing hit me hard was the death of the mom. Like, that's like, oh no,
man,
no.
it's during that whole card thing. It's like he's talking about his father and how his
Mm-hmm.
father's never there, and he's like about to cry in the car. I'm over here like, oh man, I'm just holding that in. The other scene that is beautiful was with the waitress with the single mom, having no money, trying to have a place for her kids, and he caught on that, like him going through footage and all that stuff, doing his cyborg thing, and he's like, oh no man, I gotta help I gotta help this mom. She's by herself with kids and she don't have the money.
Yeah, it's like,
That's just showing you how good of a person he is, because he already was helping one of his classmates, right? That's what
yeah, it
happened
was about the
before.
great. It was about her friend got her parents lost the house, and pretty sure she's still in a scholarship and she's not doing well her grades. I'm pretty sure it's that because of, we all know that Cyborg is doing
Oh
well
yeah,
on the
true.
computer world.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
she helped about people's, crisis, like life crisis, either financial or just emotionally.
Yes, yes. The whole scene also with Iris and Barry, man, man. I'm just glad, I mean, it will still hurt, of course, if we don't get nothing after this, you know. But at the same time, we still should be very happy that we got this beautiful movie, and I cannot wait the moment they announce this movie on this 4K, physical copy. I'm probably gonna buy like 20 copies easy, not even
Um,
lying.
well, I'm
Um,
planning to get the vinyl record, man.
yes, yes. I need a steel book. I need a digibook. I need everything. Whatever they're gonna do when it comes to this movie. I mean, I already bought the score on Amazon, the download. So now I'm just waiting for a CD soundtrack I don't even have a vinyl, and that will probably be my first one that
Oh,
I will
I
buy.
already got a vinyl record of the Batman vs Superman, dude.
It probably sounds amazing. 'Cause
It is.
that's what I hear people say that it sounds so much better.
And dude, I'm like, and also for what's interesting is that the McFarlane toys these days are looking better than the 2017. I mean, you don't see the Superman version of
I don't want to bash on Mattel, but you cannot really, when it comes to brand, you cannot compare, And don't get me wrong, because Mattel, I don't know, it was Mattel and somebody else. I don't know who they made that Batmobile that I still want to get, but it's still like 250. Um, but I think it was between Mattel and somebody else. But that Batmobile is a beast. I don't know if you've seen it. The one that has smoke and all that stuff.
You meant the one with the remote control?
Yes, the one with that. I need to get that, man. I need to get that.
Oh man. And what's interesting about what's interesting? We haven't even got like a Lois Lane figure at all on the 3 films we got.
I was thinking about that. I would
Zack Snyder.
I would love that.
What would be real nice for Lois Lane is she had a Barbie doll with Clark Kent with it.
And I was also gonna say that I would like a Clark Kent figure too.
There we have like a main BVS version, but
what we need to do is sell out these figures and let Todd know that we want more, that we want Man of Steel and we want Batman v Superman. I think that's something that we need to do.
Yeah, I hope he remakes them all, remakes BVS.
Because I need more Jor-El, I need more Feora, I need Sod, I need all that. And man, I really don't want to go there, but this movie got me thinking about Hot Toys. I really don't want to jump on Hot Toys, but dude, this movie's really got me thinking about it. Because I have got my eye for like the past 3 years with Jor-El, because Hot Toys made a Jor-El.
Yeah.
Oh man, he looks so good. And again, these things go for like what, 2 something each. Oh man, they're gonna kill me. I'm waiting to see, just looking at my budget to see if I should jump on that. I mean, of course, if I jump on Hot Toys, hopefully it's not gonna be for everything. But that's the thing. People say that once you buy one hot toy, you don't go back and you start buying everything. Like that's what got me worried. And I didn't know that the ones that came out is gonna be a 2-pack. So it's gonna be the Nightmare Batman with the black suit Superman. So they're not separated. They come together. But that goes for $500. And then you got the other Superman by Weta Workshop. Oh my God, have you seen that one? That one goes for like $900, but that thing looks insane. So now it got me thinking, how much is that Darkseid gonna go for? Probably like $2,000, because that thing is gonna be huge. He's sitting on his throne.
He's gonna be freaking heavy, man. It's like his weight and his entire weight is so damn heavy.
I don't know if you ever seen that statue of Kratos, like sitting down. I don't know if you I don't know which comic shop you have where you live at, but most of the times the comics bookstores, they have them. There's one with Kratos, from God of War, that he's sitting down on his throne, and that thing, dude, that thing is massive, and I believe that's how big I think that Darkseid is going to be.
I believe so, Dad. And also, I believe that is going to be heavy, but I'm hoping that we all hope, the Snyder Cut merchandise does sell well, because we all know that the collectibles are going to be worth something.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm planning to probably buy maybe 2 of each, So I'm just waiting on that, I think I only pre-ordered 1 of each so far. Well, I got 2 cyborgs because I pre-ordered the one with the helmet too. Even though I'm a little sad because I still want the 4-arm cyborg. We still haven't got any figure when it comes to the 4 arms.
No, he didn't get all 4 arms at all.
Even though Hot Toys teased that years ago for the 2017 movie, but
Never came.
they still haven't announced that yet. They need to bring it because I believe a lot of people are asking for that hot toy, and that hot toy for Cyber is kind of man, that thing looks amazing.
And interesting, we're all gonna get. It's interesting that Nightmare Batman's coming to Hot Toys, but no Nightmare, Deathstroke, Mara, the Joker, or Cyborg, or the Flash.
Yeah,
All Nightmare.
that would be wrong. That that would be like them throwing away losing money if they don't do that. Especially especially with Todd with McFarlane. He better jump on that. And I think that's
Sure
something that
does.
I think that's something that we need to start bothering him on. We don't want to bother him like that, but we we need to let him notice that we want this.
We want him to remake the Snyderverse, toys line, like remake it all,
And
like Man of Steel to BVS.
And I want a Joker. And I want that Joker. I would like a figure for that Joker too. So,
I mean, hearing Joker's line is just like, God damn, he's just. I hope we see more Jared Leto Joker, like on Aircut and Batman, Batfleck's content.
So much. I mean, again, that's why you always have me on Twitter, sharing the merchandise because I'm always looking to see what they have, because at the same time, I feel like the DC website, they're not really doing that good when it comes to promoting this stuff because they're just throwing new stuff on the website, but they're not even announcing what they have, And that's why I'm just trying to let people know, like, listen, they have new stuff almost every day now, so just keep your eye out when it comes to the DC comic shop, which apparently is a website that is not that good because they're not worldwide. That's another thing I don't get. Like they're trying to make money, so why they don't have this merchandise worldwide? DC and Marvel fans, we're everywhere. We are worldwide. So why? How are you gonna have a website that is very limited to wherever you sell? You're losing money from that. Why would you even do that?
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows who Superman is, Batman, Wonder Woman, and the Flash, Cyborg is.
I mean, those are the main. I mean, Batman and Superman, Wonder Woman, the Trinity. Mm-hmm. Those are the main ones that everybody, even people from island in the middle of nowhere, they still wouldn't know who they are. That's how iconic of a character they are. But it's
like you're not familiar with Iron Man. It's like nobody would ever be like, who?
Iron Man became huge because of the MCU. Me, I knew because I grew up with Iron Man with the animated series back in.
I'm talking about Iron Man.
Oh, Iron Man, yeah. I don't know who that is, to be honest. But I'm talking about like when like going back to like the MCU, like to be honest, when they announced an Iron Man movie, a lot of people were like, who? Like who's Iron Man? I was the one. I'm like, oh, this is Iron Man. Like Iron Man is literally almost like Bruce Wayne and all that stuff, Or it's like the Marvel version.
I used to watch him in Spider-Man, animated first.
Yeah, I used to like his. There was a animated series he had in the 90s. Like I used to watch the way X-Men, Spider-Man, all the good stuff from the 90s that we don't get anymore.
I had to find all the 90s, animated series had better storytelling than today's.
And they used to take, do serious stuff,
Yeah, and
they used to take it seriously. Like you felt like you were watching mini movies, in every episode it was like a different story. You felt like you were watching a lot of movie pretty much. That's what I did the 90s, when it comes to animated shows. I don't know if you know about the Superman animated series is on HBO Max now.
Yeah, I'm already watching it already, dude.
Is it in HD?
I think it is, man. Like I have a 4K TV.
Yeah, because I was surprised because when they have Static Shock, because I used to watch Static Shock, I have it in HD also on HBO Max, and I'm like, oh crap, it looks really good because that's the first time that I've seen it in HD. So Static Shock looks clean.
And I swear, man, I swear, sometimes I define this as what HBO Max should do. It's like have Snyderverse to continue there and have Henry Superman film to be there, because if you want stronger stories and want stronger stuff instead of the like this budget friendly stuff that WB's doing, I'm pretty sure Jason Killer is planning to do that to Snyder's film.
I mean, I don't know who said it, but I don't know who. Apparently, somebody said that he's a fan when it comes to Zack Snyder. So I think that's probably why we are trusting Jason. We are trying to trust the right person because we tried that before, and you've seen how that happened. Where that go when we tried to trust with Hamada, but dude, that didn't end well. So
Yeah, man, we all now know that Hamada was being a traitor when he was working on Shazam during Shazam, man.
yeah, that movie don't really care about that movie. So yeah, to me, that movie really, how would I say? That movie would probably be closer to Justice League, the 2017 version when it comes to canon. I really don't see that movie connected to anything, to be honest. I really feel like they can erase that movie and nobody will even notice.
Yeah.
Because with Birds of Prey, even though I wasn't really a fan, I guess they can still do something with that if they wanted to. But it still hurts because they still did Black Mask wrong. Like how do you hire an actor like that and then just kill him?
Don't ask me, dude. It's just like a dumbass creativity that WB did, but I really prefer to have Black Mask get his face melted within the mask and says, "This is my new face." Like saying that happened in the comic books where his face is melted to it.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
it's just
that's why I'm just hoping that when it came to that death, it was just in Harley Quinn's mind, thinking that she did that, but that really didn't happen. So again, they can play with that if they wanted to, because we all know that Joker and Harley, they're not in their mind.
What I hope for, dude, is I hope David Ayer can make his Gotham City Sirens, because that is a potential film to happen with Nightmare Poison Ivy there.
Yeah, we still wanted the Ayer cut, so that's something that should be announced probably anytime now.
Didn't one of the news said we have not have word yet about the Ayer cut somewhere in the HBO Max official page?
Really?
Yeah, it happened like yesterday, I think.
We'll see, man. I'm expecting stuff, probably by next week. We just gotta see,
the news.
Just keep watching the movie. Get the views.
You think we're gonna get like a Poison Ivy nightmare? When we have David Ayer to make his Gotham City Sirens?
I don't know, because that would be hard to pull out, because with the world, with like no water,
no plants.
Oof.
Well, you have Mara being, going there. Maybe possibly there could be part of how she can, kill humanity.
Crazy. That's crazy. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to think about when it comes to the nightmare world. And I just hope, that there will be a lot of like scenes where it shows what happens to a lot of villains, what happens to a lot of heroes. Like, I would like to see all that come to be, before just jumping to the nightmare. I hope they take their time, if Zack ever does all that. And, of course, Zack he loves his details and all that stuff, that he pretty sure he was playing all that stuff,
I really hope, man, is that I hope the Snyder Cut, I hope the Snyder Cut does manage to make another Superman film, so then a Justice League 2, and giving us Batfleck content.
Talking about Superman, the new theme that he got on Justice League, it's beautiful, man. It's like the old theme from Man of Steel, but it's like a remake.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it sounds so good. Like you
It
really,
sounds like
you really feel like Superman is back, you know.
it really does feel like that. Like he's back and he's this amazing, hope and optimistic version he is. And also he's full of the new life of it.
Exactly, exactly. Do you have anything else about the movie? Like anything you want to talk about?
Mm, I just hope Jason Killer with Warner Media, or whoever's in charge with the Warner Media, whoever is part of the Warner Media execs, let's restore the Snyderverse and keep on making it. And the equation, and to know what is the equation to get another Henry Superman film, it's in the Snyder cut.
There you go. There you go, man. We got this. We got this. I mean, that's another thing I want to talk about before I close this video is how Snyder is pretty much saying he's ready for more. He's ready to. It's up to them. But I don't know if you caught lately on his interviews, almost on every interview that he has made lately, he said that a sequel to this movie is more possible than this movie being released. That's pretty much him saying, if we made this possible, then a sequel is more possible.
Mm-hmm. That's us that we have to do, and also the fandom does count. Every fandom counts, and also for Batfleck fandom and Henry Superman fandom, they all count for the Snyderverse to be restored.
Money talks, and
Yep,
and we're showing it. The fandom is showing it in a big way. So I mean, I'm pretty sure after this video, I'm just gonna go and buy more stuff and then watch the movie. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate you always, coming in and talking about all this craziness happening in the DC world. I am pretty sure, as always, every time we make a video, something happens, something comes out. So just keep
or either Snyder likes the video.
Hey, yes, and I appreciate that what you did when I was talking about his birthday, right? That was the video that I made about his birthday, and then you shared that.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I really do.
You're welcome, dude.
So yeah, we'll probably make another video soon because I know we all know something's gonna come out in the next couple of days for sure. So yeah, man. Thank you.
You're welcome, dude.
All right,
Have
man.
a nice day.
Take care.
You too.